Welcome to Does It Suck? I'm Matthew Yapp.
And I'm Dylan Bateson.
And as many of you know, The Flash Season 3 started last Tuesday, and the fans were absolutely dying to see how this premiere would turn out. Season 2 ended with what many believed would lead into the storyline for Flashpoint. This was later confirmed by Flash star Grant Gustin tweeting the title of the premiere episode, as well as saying that they would be doing it our own way, which is a bit of an understatement, but we'll get into that later.
For those of you who don't know Flashpoint, it is a fan-favorite comic plotline from 2011, where Barry Allen travels back in time to save his mom's life, which drastically changes the timeline and ultimately alters the DC universe as a whole. This is why fans were so excited to see it come to the small screen.
And now that it's happened, the reviews are mostly positive. IGN rated it at an 8.1 out of 10, and the critics on Metacritic put it at an 80 out of 100. The fans, however, gave it a Metascore of a 4.7 out of 10. The fans over at TVFanatic.com were much kinder, giving it a 4 out of 5, so it seems like we're getting about a B for a final grade on this episode. Now, I'm just going to throw it out there. I love The Flash more than anyone. I mean it. Anyone. In fact, I've already vowed to name my first child Barry. Flashpoint is easily my favorite comic of all time, so I came in here with pretty high hopes. Now, I could be being blinded by my undying dedication to the Scarlet Speedster, but I thought that the episode really delivered and was a great start to Season 3.
One major gripe that other viewers had, however, was that the episode was titled Flashpoint, and it strayed very far from its source material. Metacritic user Joe Heyer wrote, "Not that good of a start. For people who know the Flashpoint storyline, this did not live up to its name at all. The comic had an incredibly large scale, crossing over with other DC favorites like Batman and Superman. So the TV portrayal does seem a little lackluster. That being said, even those who wanted more agreed that as a standalone episode, it was a good start for a promising season." IGN Kicksplode wrote, "Maybe Flashpoint didn't give us a major superhero team-up or a post-apocalyptic world ravaged by an Atlantean-Amazonian war, but it really honed in on the emotional fallout of Barry's actions."
My favorite part of the comic was Barry dealing with the consequences of what he had done and the emotional struggle when he realized that he would have to undo his perfect life for the greater good. The episode focused in on how Barry's relationships had changed, and taking out the war and other heroes is what I believe is the best way that they could have done a scaled-down version of Flashpoint. There's also a lot of potential for the rest of the season that was created with this episode.
I agree with you on that, mainly because I'm a sucker for good character development. However, I didn't like this episode because it is titled Flashpoint, and there is literally nothing that resembles Flashpoint. And yes, this is a TV show, and it can't do as a grain of scale as the comics. But come on, I want some doom, I want some gloom, and I want more than one episode.
Well, episode 2 seems to be getting more positive reviews, and less fans are split, agreeing that this season has a bright future, and it's exciting to see a different type of villain with Dr. Alchemy not being a speedster like in previous seasons. Barry is finally facing his issues head-on rather than traveling back in time to avoid them. Without spoiling too much, we got a dramatic twist that is likely going to alter a main character heavily, and the setup to a really exciting new villain. I am more than ready to see where the show goes, but don't take our word for it. The Flash airs on CW every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Eastern, so be sure to give it a watch.
For all your video game, TV, tech, and movie news, be sure to subscribe to Byte BSU and stay tuned for the next episode of Does It Suck? Da-do, da-do. And jazz hands. We're done.
Da-da-da-da. 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 I'm telling you, Byte the musical. I'm ready.
We got this.